What's going on, guys? Blue Eyes White guys here again. I'm Horizon.
And I'm Apocalypse.
In today's video, I'm going to be doing a deck profile on my Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. So let's go ahead and get started with the main deck. So of course you run the triple Blue Eyes White Dragon, the staple card in the deck. I mean, it is a Blue Eyes deck. You never need to run any less than three. Three Blue Eyes Alternative Dragons. You can special summon by revealing a OG Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand, and then you can pop one of the cards. And then two Dragon Spirit of White. A lot of people run one of these. I feel like you need to run just two of them. You don't want to see this in your hand. It's good with like a trade-in, but most time you want to see this in your grave. And that's it for the dragons. And then I run the Triple Sage, really good card. You can normal summon it and then get one of your level 1 light tuners from your deck. So you can get like Effect Veiler out, or any of the stones. And then you can also use its effect from the hand where you target one effect monster, and then you can send it and Sage to the graveyard and special summon a Blue Eyes from your deck. Then I run the One Maiden with Eyes of Blue. This is a really good card. It puts a lot of pressure on your opponent because if they attack it or use a card effect on it, you get to special summon a Blue Eyes from your deck. And it's really good comboed with Sage because you also can get Maiden's effect and Sage's effect at the same time, so you can have two Blue Eyes on the field. And then next I run One Master with Eyes of Blue. This is an extremely good card. When you normal summon it, you can get a level 1 light tuner from your graveyard to your hand. So you can combo it with Sage. So normal summon this, get out Sage, activate Sage's effect on this. And then it has a graveyard effect to where you can target one of your effect monsters on the field and then shuffle this card back to the deck, and then you get to special summon one Blue Eyes monster from your graveyard. So you can special summon like the Spirit, Synchro, or just any Blue Eyes monster out of your graveyard. And that's it for the spellcasters. Next I run the 3 White Stone of Ancients. Really good card. When it's in the grave, you get to special summon one Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck during the end phase, and then you can banish this card from your graveyard to add one Blue Eyes monster from your hand, or from your graveyard to your hand. And then next I run the 1 White Stone of Legend. I'm not a huge fan of this card because its effect is mandatory, so if you don't have any Blue Eyes, it's kind of useless. It's just a good like unbrick hand card. You could use cards of consonants with it. I really wouldn't recommend running more than one of these. And that's it for the stones. For the hand traps, of course, the one effect Veiler, I don't recommend running more than one of these just because it is searchable through Sage. You could run 2, you could side in another one, but I really feel like 1 is enough. And then, of course, the 2 Max C's because Max C's is God. And then next I run, for the spells, I run the 3 trade-ins. Self-explanatory. 2 cards of consonants. I like to side out one of these whenever I go into my side deck. 1 Silver's Cry, you don't need more than one of those. 3 returns, really good, protects your dragon, you can get a dragon out of your graveyard. And then the 3 Melodies, this card is a god in this deck, it's what makes this deck so good. You just add 2 dragon type monsters from your deck to your hand, so most time you get out your regular Blue Eyes and then the alternative. The 2 Twin Twisters, 1 Soul Charge, really good if you're going first. If you don't decide to go first, you can side it out. The 1 Dragon Shrine, I don't feel like running more than 1 Dragon Shrine is any good. And then the 1 Foolish Burial. And then, of course, the OG of the deck. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You have to run this card in this deck. The 3 Pot of Desires. This card is literally God. It is like the most amazing card in Yu-Gi-Oh! At the moment right now. It is so good. It wins me so many duels. It's God. During my locals at one time, a guy sided in Light Imprisoning Mirror against me, and he flipped it during my standby phase, and I was kind of screwed, so I activated Pot because it was my first turn of the duel, and ended up top decking a Twin Twister, and it literally made him scoop, and I won the duel. So this card is God. So that's it for the main deck. For the extra deck, I'll run, of course, the 2 Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Really good card. This card allows you to tag out into any of your light dragon type monsters that are synchros. So it's an extremely effective card, and then it also makes it to where your opponent can't special summon more than 1 monster at a time. So it's really good against the Pendulum matchup. And then it has an effect to negate graveyard effects. Next I run the 2 Azorized Silver Dragons. Most of the time I like to tag out from the Spirit Dragon into this during my end phase, because then I can get a normal dragon type monster out of my grave during my stamina phase. The 1 Crystal Wing, I don't really go into him a lot. I don't really see him that much. He's just there if I need him, because you have to tag out with your Blue Eyes into a level 7 and then normal summon a level 1 tuner and then go into him, because you can't tag out from Blue Eyes Spirit into him because he's not a light. Then the 1 Stardust Spark, 1 Black Rose Moonlight Dragon, and then 1 Michael. And that's it for the Synchros. For the Xyz, the 1 Hope Harbinger, and then the Galaxy Eyes Engine, Dark Matter, Cypher, and Full Armor. Cypher Dragon's so good. Like, it literally wins you so many duels. If your opponent has an Xyz based deck, like Burning Abyss or something, you just take one of their monsters, and if it's an Xyz monster, it changes its name to Galaxy Eyes Cypher, and then you can overlay their monster with a Full Armor or Dark Matter, and then you can just use your Cypher to go into Dark Matter, and then their monster to go into Full Armor and attack for 8,000 and just win. Really good. And then next, the 1 Heretic Sun Dragon. This is a non-targeting tribute card. You just tribute some monsters from your hand or your side of the field, and then you can non-target destroy as many cards as you tributed on your opponent's side of the field. And then I run 1 Alce. Really good card. If you can get it off and get it to work, you just summon it in defense and then activate its effect to detach 1 to send a card from your deck to your graveyard, and if it's the card that you named, you get to add it to your hand. If not, then it goes to the graveyard. And then if you get the effect off, you can detach 1 to send 1 of your opponent's cards from their side of the field to the deck. And then the 1 number 46. This card's really good. It's good during the mirror, and it's also good first turn because you can go into him and then activate his effect to special summon another dragon type monster from your hand. So it's a really good card. So that's it for the extra deck and the main deck. The side deck is completely up to you what you want to run. This is just what I like to run. 2 Flying Seas for, of course, the BA matchup, and now the Masked Hero Gay Triatoad. Totally awesome bullshit. The next, I run 2 Ghost Ogres, 2 Quaking Marrow Dragos for the BA and the Mirror Match, 2 Gamma Seals, Regeki, and then the 2 Dark Holes. 1 Imperial Iron Wall, just for the ABC, Masked Heroes or Cosmos, and then the 2 Royal Decree. I would kind of like these to be anti-spell fragrance, but I'm not really a huge fan of anti-spell fragrance. But like I say, this is the way I like to run my side deck. It's completely up to preference. And that is it for this deck profile. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and remember, this is my deck. This is how I like to run my deck. You can run it however you want. But like I said, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you click like, and if you haven't already, click subscribe to stay up to date with all of our Yu-Gi-Oh content. I'm Horizon.
And I'm Apocolypse.
And remember,
believe in the heart of the cards.